This is grade 5, module 4, lesson 5, and the objective is to solve word problems involving the division of whole numbers with answers in the form of fractions or whole numbers. And to start this off, we're going to use homework question number 1. And it says, when someone donated 14 gallons of paint to Rosendale Elementary School, the 5th grade decided to use it to paint murals. They split the gallons equally among the 4 classes. So part A says, how much paint did each class have to paint their murals? So we're going to start with our target sentence. And it reads, each class has blank gallons to paint their mural. So we know that we had 14 gallons, and we're going to divide that by 4. And that would be 14 fourths as our fraction. And that's an improper fraction, so we're going to go ahead and simplify that. And that 14 fourths is equal to 3 and 2 fourths. Or you can have 3 and 1/2. And again, that's gallons. So I'm going to write each class has 3.5 gallons to paint their mural. Okay, we're going to do part B, and part B reads, how much paint will 3 classes use? And show us your thinking using words, numbers, or pictures. So let's start with our target sentence. And it reads, 3 classes will use blank gallons. So I'm going to use a picture for this. I'm going to use a tape diagram. So we know that one class uses 3.5 gallons. So if I do another class with 3.5 and a third class with 3.5, how much do we have altogether? Well, that would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. And this can easily be added. I have 9 for adding the whole numbers and 3 halves. And that would be 9 plus 1 plus 1/2, which is equal to 10 and 1/2. So the 3 classes will use 10.5 gallons. Okay, part C reads, if 4 students share a 30 square foot wall equally, how many square feet of the wall will be painted by each student? Okay, so we have 30 square foot wall. Okay, and we're going to divide that equally between 4 students. So it's 30 fourths is the fraction. Okay, and 30 fourths is equal to, it would be equal to 7 and 2 fourths, or 7 and 1/2. Let's do our target sentence. And I should have did that first, I apologize. The target sentence reads, each student will paint blank square feet of the wall. And the answer is 7.5, so each student will paint 7.5 square feet of the wall. And D reads, what fraction of the wall will each student paint? So if we have a wall, we only have one wall. Well, let's start with our target sentence. And it reads, each student will paint blank of the wall. So I have one wall, and I'm dividing it by 4 students. So the fraction for this would be 1/4. So each student will paint 1/4 of the wall.